Hello, welcome to Writing Wednesday. I'm excited to be here because you guys knocked my socks off with your participation in the 6-word writing challenge. So thank you for all those who participated. If you're here and you participated, say I did it, because I love that you guys did it. I'm going to go over here to Facebook. I know some of you posted in all other places as well. But I know the majority of everyone, there's stuff I can pull up on Facebook. So let's go over here and type in the hashtag writing Wednesday. Okay. All right. If you're here, let me know you're here and that you say I did it. Okay, so we had Laura did it, Yvonne did it, Lisa did it. Here's one of Yvonne's that I thought was cute. It says light. That was the word. And she said, dragons, elephants in light, airy clouds. A different take, right? Something fun. Oh, that's okay, Deb. Guess what? We have another one. We have another challenge for this week. And this one is a lot of fun and something that you're truly going to want to do. Let's see. Kim says, I'm here, did not get to do it, but inspired by everyone's posting. Awesome. I love it. See, I love that you guys are inspiring each other. Here's Laura's. Light dispels darkness, illuminates the path. I love it. And she did a great visual with it. I love that. Love it, love it, love it. You guys just took the challenge and did it. Let me see if I can find one of Lisa's. Yeah. Lisa said, this one kind of touched my heart. It says, never question your worth to me being capital. And she put it on one of those, color backgrounds, which I love. And her color is purple. So I love that she used her color, keeping in her branding theme. So it was just awesome to see all the different posts, all the different ways that you posted, all the things. So congratulations to everyone who participated. I put all the names into chat of all places. Did you know you could use chat as a random drawer or whatever you call that? So I literally typed in all the names in chat and said, choose a random winner from these names. And the winner is, let's see. Linda says, hi, Brenda, long time. I published my meditation book, Speak to Me. God, I'm listening. And oh, yay. Thank you, Linda. Welcome. And I'm glad you found me. I'm glad you're here today joining us. Maybe you can participate in this next challenge because you have a book out and maybe you're working on another one. I don't know. But I'll give you those details in just a minute. Let's get on to the winner from last week's challenge. So congratulations to... I'm going to put a banner up. Yvonne, congratulations, Yvonne. Now, I haven't seen Yvonne on yet today, but Yvonne, I need to know which bag you want. Do you want the tea? Tell me if you want the, what do you call it? Tea kettles and cups, or if you want the lady, okay? And these are the two different ones. This one says, spill the tea, Lady Whistledown's Society Papers. At the bottom, it says, extraordinary people, extraordinary news. I love that one. And then this one says, London, England, Lady Whistledown, tea house, spilling the tea since 1813. So totally cute. So let me know which one. Don't tell me the spill the tea one because they both say spill the tea. So either the teacups or the lady. Okay, let me know which one you want. That was the prize for last week. So, and don't forget, if you are not a Writers Retreat Box subscriber, be sure to do so. I only have a limited number of these. Every current subscriber is getting one, as well as any new subscribers before the first of the month. So you have to subscribe now before the first of the month, and you will get one of these. And you'll get to choose your color if I still have that option available. And right now I do. So let me know. Okay. Awesome. Linda says she is working on another book. Tremendous. If you need help with that, Linda, that's still what I do. That's why we're here today, Writing Wednesday. Okay. Ready for your next challenge? Who's ready for the next challenge? Say ready. Maybe you're not ready because you don't know what it is, but trust me, you want this next challenge. Let me see you type ready in the comments. Let's see who is up for the challenge. For those of you Thank you, Debbie. I love it. I love it. Wasn't it the happiest box you've opened? Like I loved the rainbow box. I need to do a reveal of it. Absolutely loved it. Okay, we've got some readies coming. Here's the challenge for this month. I keep turning around because I got some stash back here. I'm about to show you guys some things. Okay, this week's challenge. And this week you're going to get a little different prize. It's going to be a little cozy prize for a writer. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but trust me, you'll want it. And um, the challenge is to share your opening line of your book. Now, here's the thing. On this challenge, there will be multiple entries for this challenge. So, for instance, Laura has, I lost count, Laura, 5 poetry, 6, 7, 8 books total, I think, at this point. 8 books coming, right? So she could potentially drop the line to and do it on a different post every day. Just drop the opening line. Same thing. Hashtag Writing Wednesday. Tag me at Publish and Tell, and be sure to follow Publish and Tell. It's Brenda with Publish and Tell. Be sure to follow me so that it'll be easy to tag me in all of those. And then hashtag Writing Wednesday. But for every post this time, you will get a an entry. So the cool thing about that is if you only have one book forthcoming, or maybe like for Linda, she has one book, but she has another one coming. So she's got one entry over here. She can write the first line of her current book. And then she can write multiple first lines over here to see which ones are resonating with her audience. Okay. Are you following me? Which one is resonating? I love it. Laura says she's at 8 or 9. Woo! Laura, it's contagious, isn't it? Who would have thought this would start that for me? 10 books published and 80 more on the way. Okay, this is what I want to share with you. So I'm going to share with you some opening lines. This is what you're looking for when you get an opening line. You want it to be relatable. You want it to be intriguing. You want it to be something maybe shocking, something interesting, something that stirs up an emotion, all of those things. Okay. So I'm going to read you some opening lines. Now, this one I know is true because I read this book recently. One of them, I'm not quite sure if this is actually the opening line, and I meant to grab the book before I looked, because I asked chat to help me with it, and I'm like, is that the opening line? But let me just tell you, this is powerful. And here is an example where you can actually use chat. You can use chat in this way for this challenge. You write an opening line for your book, right? And I know most of your books, so I'll know if you're on the right track or not. But I want you to take your opening line that you currently have, or maybe you don't have one. Maybe you just have the idea for the book. You can go in and ask chat, give me some opening lines that will spark immediate curiosity, maybe create some tension, reveal my voice or the narrator's voice, maybe give us a little hint of the journey ahead, make the reader feel something. Okay. Ask chat, here's my opening line. Does it do these things? Or can you help me do these things with it? So I'm going to drop that list in the comments for you because I want you to be able to have that. You can copy and paste it from there. It kind of came up a little wonky in the list, but it nonetheless is the list there. So you can use that. Okay, I'm going to give you some opening lines. You tell me, I'll give a little, you tell me yes or no, okay, whether you think. So the first one is going to be a Colleen Hoover book. If you're not familiar with Colleen Hoover, this should inspire all of you. She was first a self-published author. She's now still does some self-publishing, but she was picked up by a publishing house, and she had 15 books on the bestsellers list. 6 of them were in the top 10 at one time. Did you hear that? 6 were in the top 10 at one time. Okay. This is her opening line from the book Verity. It says, I hear the crack of his skull before the splattering of blood reaches me. Now, I was recommended to read that book. Let me know if that's intriguing, if it grosses you out. Like, what are you thinking? To me, I was like, is this the right book? Because I was recommended that book because it was about an author. And I was like, okay, I didn't know this was gonna be a murder mystery book. Like, what is this? Right. So it very much intrigued me from the get-go. So let me know in the comments, intrigued, or just put intrigued or gross. Which one are you? Are you intrigued or are you grossed out? I'll read the line again. It says, I hear the crack of his skull before the splattering of blood reaches me. Now, when I gave that book to my daughter to read after I had read it, um, Linda says, doesn't grab me, but not my genre. Not really my genre either. I don't normally read fiction at all, but I was trying to read some fiction for research, and someone said, "Hey, this book's about an author," and that's the kind of book I was wanting to read, books about authors. And so, when I passed the book on to my daughter because I was like, "This is," and she's also an author, and I had to sit and watch her read it because I wanted to see her reaction, right? Because it is gross. Yes, Kim says intrigued and grossed out simultaneously. Exactly. It was intriguing. And I'm like, what is this book about? I will give a little hint away that she's standing on the curb, walking to a meeting, a very important meeting, and someone gets hit by a car right in front of her. And the man who helps her, I won't give too much away, but it's um there's a whole story there. It's not meant to be a murder gruesome book in that way, but it definitely grabs your attention, especially when you're not expecting. I wasn't expecting it at all. I was like, a book about an author, it's going to be all fuzzy and cute, right? Because we're fuzzy and cute. It was not. I was like, oh, wow, okay. And my daughter had the same response. She was like, what am I reading? And she's like, am I going to be scared to read this? And I'm like, maybe it's a little mystery, but it's not gory after the first line. Like, it doesn't, that's the grossest thing in the book. But I thought it was very intriguing. Okay. Here's another one for you. This is from, well, you might be able to tell me what this is from. Maybe it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Can y'all tell me what book that's from? Very famous author. But this one gives you a little bit of a kind of a rhythmic, um, poetic almost sounding, right? And you're like, and then you're like, what was it, right? What was the it that was the best and worst? So it does have that little bit of intrigue. Does anybody know who wrote that? Deb says she agrees with Kim. Linda says she likes this one. I think is that what we're talking about. We like this one. It was the best of time. It was the worst of time. This is Charles Dickens, you guys. This is Charles Dickens, and it is from A Tale of Two Cities. So very famous author, obviously. Here's another one for you. This is the book I meant to go grab off my shelf and see if this was actually the opening line, but it is, the opening line is, "It's not about you." And that may sound, okay, until you realize what the book is about, and the book is called The Purpose-Driven Life. So if you pick up a book seeking purpose, Deb got it. She's like, yep, she knew exactly what it was. If you pick up a book seeking purpose for yourself, and then all of a sudden the opening line says it's not about you, you're like, what? Right? And so it's that mystery, that confusion, that intrigue that it brings up for you, right? So I grabbed a few books off my bookshelf because I know that you guys are probably like, okay, show us what you've got, right? Because it does, you do want to see it in action, right? And I'll be honest, I don't actually think about this too much when I start a book. I just start. And then sometimes I'm like, you should probably give it a little bit more thought. And that's why I'm teaching you guys to give it a little bit more thought. You do want to grab that reader. We think about it a lot on the back cover, but how often do we do it on the opening line? And here's a big hint for you guys right now. The opening line of books, who has seen Blind Date with a Book? They sell these in stores and boutiques. It's called Blind Date with a Book, or sometimes bookstores and libraries do it too. And the book is gift wrapped. You can't see the book. Has anybody seen these? Just tell me seen in the comments. And I'll tell you why this is so important. But this is my book called I've Been Told I Should Write a Book. And the opening line in the note to reader says, "Congratulations on taking your first steps to write a book." So we're congratulating them, like, okay, you're in the right place. But the next lines, so it's really the opening paragraph here. "Writing a book can be challenging but rewarding, even a therapeutic experience. We'll handle the challenging side, you keep the rewards." We'll handle the challenging side, you keep the rewards. So this little book is designed to help people overcome the challenges and they can keep the rewards. So if I was to go back and do that over again, I might put that as the first line. I might flip it around in that paragraph and put, "We'll handle the challenging side, you keep the rewards." And then say, "Congratulations." I might literally flip it. So think about that as you are writing yours. Is there something that is more punchy or grabby in that first paragraph that you could flip around and make it intriguing? Remember these 6 words challenges that we just did? That's what it was designed for, to keep it concise and clean and get your point across really, really quickly, right? Okay, Shelly says she's seen it. She says, "I never thought about the first line either, yet I am looking at each first page. I think my most intriguing is, oh boy, where do I begin?" Yeah, that's a good one. Oh boy, where do I begin? The reason why these are important, see, Shelly says she has seen these blind dates with a book. Blind date with a book, what they do, they wrap up the whole book. They tell you the genre. So in this case, it would be, oh, that's funny. She says she's watching Blind Date Bookstore right now. They wrap up the book so you can't see the cover. They tell you the genre. So in this case, it would be nonfiction, Christian living. And then, or maybe just nonfiction, depending on who's doing it. You know, there's no hard or fast rules. But then they write the opening line to the book. And that's what people are judging which blind date they're going to go on, is by that opening line in the book. Makes you rethink your opening line, right? So here's the opening line from my very first book, Save the Buttertubs. It says, "As children, my sister Jennifer and I spent long Texas summers with my grandparents while our parents worked." So in that opening line, tell me what feelings or emotions or intrigue comes up for you. I'll read it again, but in the comments, don't feel like you can't be honest with me. Like, totally put it out there. If it's nothing, say nothing. I'm good with that. I can handle it. The book's been out for almost 10 years now. I can handle it. "As children, my sister Jennifer and I spent long Texas summers with my grandparents while our parents worked." I go on to tell more, but I'm not going to. So tell me what that brings up for you. Does it bring up anything? Are you wondering what my grandparents did with us all summer? Are you wondering, does it bring up nostalgia? Can you relate? Did you have similar instance? Like, what does it bring up for you? Or are you like, she's going to take me on a journey of her childhood? Or like, what does it make you think? That's what I want to know. Kim says nostalgia. That's what I want to know about that one. Okay. Here's another one. This is from, let's see. Deb says, "It brings up memories of how my childhood was. My grandparents always had to pick me up from school because my parents." Yes. So you can relate. So in many ways, it's relatable. Oh, Shelly says, "Excitement and relatability as we visit grandparents in the summer too." I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. This one's from my second memoir, A Moved Soul. And it says, this is from chapter 1. It says, "I can't believe what God is telling me to do now." Are you curious? The next line says, "He is so fun, but he also makes me look crazy sometimes." Okay, I'm not going to give away any more. What does that one tell you? I can't believe what God is telling me to do now. Are you intrigued by what God's telling me to do now? Any intrigue there? Are you curious? Or have you had that moment with God? Deb says, "That makes me excited. It definitely makes me want to move forward with the next sentence." Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, one more. This is from a journal. This journal. This is what we are doing at our retreat this weekend. We're creating our victory channel. using this journal. Everybody who attends is getting this journal, but it's literally a journal, right? So it's Create Your Victory Channel, 365 journal prompts to capture the goodness of God. But inside the beginning of this journal, I wrote how to use it, what it's for, how it came about, right? Because it's a thick old journal, right? This is 365 journal prompts, so it's thick, and it doesn't come with all this bling. That's something we're doing at the retreat so that everybody can tell there's a part and make it personal. Okay, here's the opening line. You ready? If you haven't registered for that retreat and want to, you can still do that. Okay. It says, God is on the move. That's the first exclamation point. God is on the move. Then it goes on. He said, he is alive and wants to remind you of how valuable you are to him and to his kingdom. It's time for you to remember. That's the first paragraph. But the first line was, God is on the move. God is on the move. Deb says she loves how I decorate books. Thank you. You know what? This one, I do it with journals, mainly with journals. I don't know if I have any of my other journals in here that are blinged up, but most of my books have one of these on them. It's a pen pouch, and you get one of these too if you come. Most of my books have one of these because I'm a marker upper. If it's a good book and I'm going to keep it in my library, believe me, it's going to be marked up. Linda says it's good. Thank you. Deb said, what a perfect line for an opener. It lights a fire. I love it. Okay, like here's a book I was reading. Here is the deal, right? I decorated my copy of that book. Oh, yay. I love that. Laura, I would love to see that. Please share that with me. I'd love to see it. I always have one of these because if it's going to be in my library, here's a secret. This is not having anything to do with today, but here's a secret. When I go back to reread a book, sometimes I'm drawn back to a book. I will go back and just read my highlights and my notes. I don't necessarily go through all the, every single word of the book. I will go back and read my own highlights and notes. And so I'm a huge highlighter note, and I love these because it holds both. I think this one has both in it right now. Yeah, look. See, I don't tell lies. I was going to say I don't tell stories, but I do tell stories. That's what I get paid for, right? Telling stories. But here we go. I got my highlighter and my pen right in there. That's how I use it. Yes, and Deb says she has a pink one. Yes, you do. It was a box gift. Every box subscriber got one of those in a box. Oh gosh, I don't remember how long ago that was. That one was in there. Which box was it? Okay. Laura, I've got to see your journal decorated. I cannot wait to see it. It really excites me. So are you guys excited about opening lines? Are you starting to think about your own opening line? I know Shelly said she's going back and reading hers and really wondering, because she said she didn't give it much thought either in the beginning, right? And so even if you have and you really messed it up, you could always go back and republish that, right? You can republish. And the good thing about that is an uploading of a new file. You don't even need to get a new ISBN number if you're only changing that first line. It's not enough to warrant a new ISBN number. So you can just upload a new file and make your book more intriguing. Very powerful to know that you can do that. Shelly says, when God is on the move, it sounds I love it. She says, it sounds promising. Sweet. She says, I'll do a video of it being decorated. Awesome. I love it. So Deb says she's excited for this challenge. So no matter if you have, like for me, I have 10 books out. I could go put all the first lines out for all 10 books. I could put the next 80 lines out. This could be a really long challenge for me for all my next books. I don't know that I've settled on a first line for some of those, but this is a challenge that will help you flesh that out, right? Especially if you're just working on one book right now, you could potentially post a different first line every day and see which one resonates, right? See which one gets the most intrigue. You could actually ask people in the comments, if this was the first line of a book, what would you think about it? What would this intrigue you? What emotion would this bring up? Like, interact with your audience, asking them this. Use this challenge to benefit you as an author. Use it to stir up interest. Use it to gain knowledge and research your first line. Okay. Deb says she's excited about this challenge. So the more times you post about your first line, you can't just post the same first line over and over and over. But the more times you do it for this one, the more entries you will get. So if you post one a day for the next 7 days, again, we'll announce the winner next Wednesday. If you post one a day, you will be entered 7 times. So instead of just being entered one time, you'll be entered 7 times. So be sure to do it. So you'll have 7 chances. And then as well as using the hashtag and tagging me. The hashtag is vital so that I can find it. Hashtag Writing Wednesday. And then, of course, you want to tag me at Publish and Tell. Yeah, Laura says with her poetry books, it would definitely be a teaser. Most definitely. And with some of your poetry books, Laura, it might be, because of the way poetry breaks down, it might be the first 2, lines, if you will, but one complete thought or one complete sentence, since I know poetry breaks up differently. So are y'all ready? Challenge accepted? Let me know. Challenge accepted. Deb says yes. Laura's good. Let me know if you're good on this challenge. It will definitely take your writing to another level. That's what I wanted to do last week with the 6-week challenge. I wanted to inspire you guys to show you how to write concisely and get those words out there. Kim says yes. Kim, we know you've got 2 already. So 2 entries. Put your first 2 book one-liners up there. And then I know you're working on a 3rd book, so get that one up there as well. Challenge accepted. So 3 entries from Kim right off the bat. And then for this 3rd book, Kim, you could use those extra 4 days and play around with that first line and really tighten it up, get it to be the most intriguing you can think about, right? And make sure that people are intrigued enough, feel an emotion enough that they want to pick it up. 3rd is good too. Yay. Okay. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. We've got a challenge, guys. Okay. I'm really excited about this. Winner will be announced next Wednesday live here, just like this week. And let me know, are you guys up for a 3rd challenge? Because I love a good challenge. It literally challenges me, right? It makes me take action when maybe I'm kind of feeling complacent. And the summertime, anybody else get kind of the summertime blues? It just gets a little hot and I don't know. Am I the only one? Summertime blues? And you just feel like, I don't know. Do I want to write right now? I'm just hot and tired, right? But challenges keep you going, right? Deb says all the challenges. She's good for all the challenges. Can't remember the other 2. Girl, you go get those books. Kim says she's not alone. Okay, I'm not alone. Good. I'm definitely not a summer girl. Deb says, yeah, me neither. We both have that porcelain skin. We're definitely not summer girls. Yeah. Okay. I will come up with another challenge for the next week. I don't know what this will be, but we are going to take this challenge and see you guys back here next Wednesday to announce the winner. Please use the hashtag tag me so that I can see your entries, and I want to make sure I don't miss any, since I'll have to be calculating up each one this time for your multiple entries. But super excited. And Yvonne, when you watch this replay and realize that you're the winner from this week, let me know which bag you want. And you know my email address, so email me what address you'd like me to send your bag to. I think that's all for today. So happy Writing Wednesday. I hope you are excited after leaving this Wednesday. That's my goal. It's been a little bit of a rough week. If you saw my You Matter Monday this Monday, had a good hour cry before I got online on Monday. So it's been a little bit of a week. And so I am looking forward to this challenge myself, focusing in on some of the work that I'm doing. And I hope that it'll help you focus as well. So until next Wednesday, happy writing, everybody. Challenge accepted. I'll see your posts. Take care. Thanks for being here live.